Hi guys, as you can see, Shauna Sparkles is home. Yay! I think I don't know what time it is. 7:38 p.m. Wednesday night, the 8th of April. I finally got discharged today, and I am so grateful to be home. Yes, it's just so good. I'm feeling a bit cold. I've got a blanket wrapped up in a blanket, so it's quite cool. At least when I was in hospital, it was warm. But the hospital I was in, the Launceston General Hospital, for the last 2 days it had been in lockdown, which meant no visitors, no one in or out because of this coronavirus or COVID-19. I was lucky I didn't get it. Thank God. So everything's going well. The leg is going to take a long time to heal, as you've seen in pictures. The last video I put up today, the 2 pictures from that and the video clip was today getting cleaned up, ready to come home. And I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to come home, because I was getting so sick of being in hospital. And my little dog, he's glad that I'm home. He's been all over me like a rash. And and since I've been home, I've been on a video call with BB and the baby. Oh, he's so gorgeous. I just want cuddles now. But because of everyone being in isolation, that's not going to happen for a little while yet. But it will happen. And, I'd like to thank my family, YouTube family especially, for their love, support and prayers, good vibes and all that. Thanks so much for all the comments on my videos and asking how I was going. It really helped a lot to know that my YouTube family was there to support me and barrack me on and not to give up. And give you a little bit of background information of what actually happened was around about the 11th of March, I went over to BB's house because she was heavily pregnant at the time and trying to get things done before the baby turned up on the 31st. Anyway, that was fine, not a problem. I stayed probably about a week while I was there. And I lost my footing and tripped over a cardboard box. And in that cardboard box was a fondue maker. So I knocked my leg on the cardboard box, and hence after a few days it started getting a bit sore, and I thought, it's all right, I'm not worried about it. Obviously, I've just grazed my leg and it'll be fine. Well, a few days went past, and on the 22nd, 23rd and 24th of March, my legs started getting really, really sore. And I was, getting a little bit concerned, but I wasn't really, it's all right, sort of didn't really take much notice of it. Anyway, I showed it to one of my housemates and he goes, oh, that looks real nasty. And he suggested to use tea tree oil to dab some of that on to see if it would help. But, it didn't really help that much. It helped with the healing bit, but, not enough. Buddy Wads, come on.
Come on, buddy. Just wait.
And Buddy wants to go WALK.
Come on.
And I've got a cold nose. It's running, so I apologise for that. I haven't got a cold. It's just because I'm cold. Anyway, so come 11:30 on the 23rd of March. Buddy, it's enough, please.
Come here.
I'm trying to do a video.
Come
I
on.
went to bed on the Saturday night.
Come
on. Prior to that, though, I went and had a shower. This is when it all started. I went and had a shower, got into my pyjamas, and got my dressing gown on because it was, well, to me, I was cold. I was literally freezing. Those that know, if you go out in the snow and not rugged up, or even rugged up for that matter, how cold it can get in the snow. I was literally freezing. Anyway, then that lasted all night. I went to bed. I called out to my housemate and said that I can't get warm. I am so cold. Anyway, so he put my electric blanket on. I had it on 3, then shoved it all the way up to 9 because my electric blanket's one of those ones where you can go from 1 right through to 9, and you can actually unplug it and put it through the washing machine, so it's got that safety mechanism in it. Anyway, so that was all right. Then he added, I had my thick doona, then I had a thinnish sort of doona, and then a blanket, and I was still freezing cold. Anyway, wakes up early hours Sunday morning vomiting. Oh man, was I crook. And that doesn't sound real nice, I know that, but I wanted to give you background information as to what had happened and how it led me to get to the hospital. Anyway, I vomited all day Sunday. Pretty much slept all day Monday, right up until Monday night. And I showed it again to my housemate, and he looked at it and he said, "Oh, that doesn't look good at all." And by this stage, I could barely walk. And anyway, I said to my other housemate, I said, "Well, what do you reckon?" He said, "I think you need an ambulance." Anyway, so we spoke to my other housemate, and he said, "Well, yeah, do what you got to do." He said, "Because, well, I'm no doctor," but he said, "That doesn't look right." Anyway, so we waited and waited and waited and waited for an ambulance to come. 12:30 it finally turned up. Anyway, the female paramedic was also the driver, took my temperature, and it was 40.2. Yes, 40.2. Very high. And she told the other paramedic, the male guy, my temperature, he said, "Right, I'm not even going to bother doing blood pressure and pulse or anything like that." He said, "We're just going to get her into the car and get her up to the hospital," or bus, whatever they call them. Anyway, got me into the ambulance, asked me a few more questions, and he said, "Are you all right?" I said, "No, I'm not feeling real well." And got me out. By then, pretty much already at the hospital. Got in, didn't even see the triage, didn't do nothing with them. They did all that. I never even saw a nurse when I got there. The doctor was there waiting for me. He looked at my leg, put me on the drip straight away. I was dehydrated. And then the doctor that I had said that she was going to talk to the head honcho the doctor that finally makes the decision on whether or not they're going to admit you. Well, anyway, he come around and he looked at my leg, looked at me, looked back at the leg, looked at me, looked at the chart to see that, oh, temperature. Oh, I had very high blood pressure. They did blood tests and then they turned around and said, yep, you're being admitted. I said, yeah, whatever. You know, I just wasn't, I didn't really care. I was too crook to fight it. And anyway, it turned out, I found out later on the ward, just a couple of days ago, that my leg had gone sepsis, which meant that I did serious damage to my kidneys. The nurse that was looking after me that afternoon, I asked her about what did sepsis mean, and she explained it to me that, well, basically, had I left it a day or two longer, I would not have been here. I would have died. And that's what was happening. I'd done damage to my kidneys, and it was starting to travel up to all my other internal organs, and basically they nearly started, just by pure luck, hadn't quite started shutting down. So, yeah, it was a scary thing. I thought I was only going to be in there for a couple of days, because any other time I've had cellulitis, like with my eye, I was only in there 24 hours and they sent me home. But no, not in this case, because I've got lymphedema in the leg. It became more serious. So, you guys, if you've got lymphedema and you've even the slightest little graze on your leg, please, 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 keep an eye on it. And as soon as it starts going red, go to your doctor and get yourself some antibiotics, because then that'll save you going through what I had to endure. Just look at the videos from the last 4 days that I've put up about my infection in the leg. It still doesn't look nice, but it is better than what it was. It is healing. You can see the new skin underneath all the debris and the yucky stuff and the congealed blood. I've been told that will just dry and wear off as time goes on. But I do need to try and get myself a motorised scooter. Yeah, I know we're in lockdown, but I'm going to be needing it to get to and from doctor's appointments, to and from specialist appointments when I need to go, because I'm not going to be able to use my leg all the time. I've got to keep off it as much as possible, and yeah, it's just going to be so hard. I am on at the moment, sorry, but I'm not going to hit you, crutches. But that's only temporary and for around the house. So yeah, oh, dog. I know you're glad I'm home, mister. Do you want to say hello to the people? Do you want to say hello? No, too busy. He's waiting for a WA. Okay. Pop will take you soon. Yeah, so I'm going to be needing, I don't really care whether it's, well, new ones are too expensive. I'm on the lookout for a second-hand motorised scooter, because I'm told that will give me some independence. And at the moment, the way things are, I asked my physio or OT, and he doesn't believe that because of my situation I'd be qualifying for assistance in getting one. And if I want one, I need to do it off my own bat, basically. And I said, well, I do need my independence. I do need to be able to go, because there's things I want to do, you know, places that I need to go to or want to go to within reason. Not for the sake of going out to ride on this electric scooter, but because I do need to get to some appointments that can't be done through phone or whatever, you know. So yeah, if I'm not asking for help, I'm just saying this is what I'd like to be able to do. But yeah, health-wise, I'm feeling really good. Just my legs sore, of course, but yeah, this is what they've done to it. Oh, hang on, buddy, Wads. Hang on. Oh, get off. Sorry about that. Hang on a sec. What my leg is looking like. I've got this stuff here is a wrap for, and it goes all the way down to my foot to keep the lymphedema getting any worse. My special shoe, nice looking shoe, isn't it? That I've got to have on for going out. And under this brown sock here, this is also a compression garment, but it's not real thick or tight or anything like that. But under that, I'll try and show you, which is just here. There it is there. And there's the top part of my leg. So even that's looking really good. See that white stuff? Well, that's where my bandages are. We're back. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing at the moment. The shoe will come off when I go to bed, of course, but the rest of it I've got to wear to bed of a night time. And then tomorrow morning sometime, I've got the nurse coming to redress my leg. Not, because that is painful. Hopefully she'll be able to do it out here in the lounge room with my leg up in the air. Otherwise I've got a ceramic bed, and it's not like the hospital beds where you can raise the foot up and raise the foot down, unfortunately. Well, anyway, guys, that's it. I hope that I've explained the situation, how it happened, what went on. I just want to make it perfectly clear. I was kept safe from the COVID-19. As I said, the hospital for the last 2 days has been in lockdown, so no one was allowed in or out. And I was nowhere near the patients that did have it anyway, so we're all good on this end. So once again, guys, thank you for all your love, support, your prayers, good thoughts, good vibes, everything like that. It just meant the world to me to know that my family, my church family, whether it's here in Tasmania, whether it was up in Queensland, you guys in YouTube or on YouTube land, thank you. You're awesome. And a big special shout out to Uncle Ian for stirring me up about my pins. I'm sure I'll get you back, Uncle Ian, at some stage. Remember, Uncle Ian, karma is a payback. Yeah. So, what else was I going to say on that? You guys are just so freaking awesome. I appreciate you. Much love and respect from my family to yours. and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.